Hopefully this works. Yeah, so my name is Kishan Patel. I'm here to talk to you about mental health and migration research with global impact. It's my PhD project. So I'm going to talk about a bit about me and then the kind of things which you can probably expect to do in first year. A bit about global impact of my research, and then I guess I'm not taking questions. So, okay, so who am I? Second year PhD student over in Royal Victoria Centre for Public Health. My background is biology with psychology, which I studied back in London. So I've been here for about a year studying mental health of migrants, studying in Northern Ireland and Finland, and I'm doing that by way of record linkage studies, trying to find the differences between the two countries. So the first thing I did when I got here was a scoping review to see what happened, like to see what previous research had already been done. We studied 5 databases for terms related to mental health, migration, and registry data. Identified over 1,000 papers which we thought might be useful, 916 after duplicates, cut down to 111 which we read all the way through, and then included 51 in our final study. Of those 51, it spanned 11 different countries. They're just for host populations. If I try to do one for where the migrants actually came from, it will cover the whole map. But we found 4 main conclusions. First one was that migrants were more likely to develop mental health disorders than settled populations, but also less likely to use any mental health services. They were also more likely to attempt suicide, but less likely to use any psychotropic medications. So after we did that, we figured that we should use what we just found out to guide our next bit of research, but we did something completely different instead. We couldn't get the data, so we did a mortality study, comparing the migrants to the Finnish population. The reason we did it is because mortality is generally a good predictor of mental health, of population's general health. So we had a study cohort of 1 million people, got this from the population registers, which is basically the same as the census data is here, and then split them into 5 different groups of birth. So we did descriptive analysis, but then fitted Cox proportional hazard models, which gave us like a load of graphs. This is one of them. It's interesting, you can see that migrants tend to have better health than the settled population. Like the smaller the bar is, the better the health is. It's also interesting that low-income migrants tend to have better health than high-income migrants. And we've got, like, we know why, well, we think we know why that is. It's to do with, like, social policy, and that should not have happened. But yeah, I've got a paper coming soon, so you can either ask me about it later or read that paper, I guess. So why does any of the stuff that I'm doing matter? So migration rates are currently at the highest they've ever been. I think 2015 there were 244 million people living out of the country that we were born in. And we can use these methods and results. They're applicable not just to countries I'm studying, but all of the countries, and they can use the same methods that we're using. And our results have the potential to change social and health policies if they're significant enough. And yeah, if you have any questions, come and see our booth, which is like in that corner. And that was it, basically.